Warning, 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 warning.
This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name's Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the air. This is a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what member.
251.
251 already?
Looks to be.
251, I guess.
We're back at it.
We're back at it again. I
Been a
believe we have a guest on the line. Popped on the line here. I don't know what his name is.
We do. So we're live every Friday night, Ocelli.com.
Oh, give us a number out.
We can, you can call in to 319-527-5016 or come on the show through Skype.
Yeah.
Send a message to Charles.Ocelli. Send him a message and Chuck will bring you on. Or call 319-527-5016.
In fact, I believe it is on one of those lines.
Yeah, we should have a call
his.
on the line right now.
Right
So
now.
I guess we will go to this call. There it is.
It
Uncle.
is.
All right.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's Nature Boy. How you doing? I've been wanting to talk to
Nature
you.
Boy. That's where
Uncle.
you've been lately.
Oh,
Rip it.
man, I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time, brother. So we got done with the show, and you popped in my brain, and I thought, what a better time than tonight to call in and talk to Uncle.
Well, I've been waiting on some wrestlers to talk to. I needed some like that. I could have this night all night talking to you because I've been trying to find wrestlers on these guys to find some.
Do you happen to
Don't
be
let-
a wrestler,
Are you
Nature Boy?
being a wrestler?
No, but I want to. I've been trying to get Mr. Ted DiBiase on Chuck's show. Everybody knows who he is. I'm Uncle. Who's Mr. Ted DiBiase?
Oh, yes. The Lawman.
$1 Million Man?
$1 Million Man.
Yeah, you remember the $1 Million Man, Uncle. This
Yeah,
is
$1 Million Man.
Yeah, this is not
Yeah, that's him.
this is not Nature Boy Ric Flair. I'm sorry, but this is Nature Boy who produces for me on Wednesdays and also is the voice.
Wait a second.
Yes.
I'm talking to Nature Boy.
Yeah, but Nature
That
Boy.
is Nature Boy.
Yeah, but Nature
Hello,
Boy.
Nature Boy.
Nature Boy is this guy, Uncle. Listen.
I know. I've been talking to Nature Boy. I'm interfering.
Oh, okay, I'll just kill the mic. You talk to him.
Sure do work. I'm talking to the Nature Boy.
You know how to talk to him,
do-
don't you?
I
Uncle?
know how to talk to a Nature Boy.
Well, okay. You should show us how it's done.
Well, wrestling move is very easy. Tony jumping up and down, knocking him down, hit the screen, going crazy, and put some sets in the head.
Yep.
That's how you work, right?
That's how Nature Boy does it, right?
Nature Boy?
That's what you do.
And I finish it off by climbing on the top of the ropes, putting my big arms out wide, leaping half across the mat, and smashing my opponent like a bug underneath my boot.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did that work? That just came off the top of my head, gentlemen. I don't know.
No, it's working good,
It's working.
Nature Boy. And
Nature
and
Boy,
we've
they
got
did.
Ruckus among us in the Twitch chat. He's saying this guy has a sweet radio voice, talking about you, of course. So there you go. There's a compliment there. And the chat room's looking good tonight. We got creative accents in there. So thank you, everybody, for watching the live stream video. I'm fun with that.
Yeah, see, that's why I got him to do this voice, Uncle. That's him. So there you go. Yeah.
Well, this guy is he's like a wrestler. Sounds like one too.
Yeah, well, I see the similarity.
Yeah, it's similar to it because I can tell from a voice.
Except
You always can tell from a voice when you're listening to someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And the only thing I got to help him with is woo.
Well, got to practice on that a little. Must have a practice speed on that. You must know how to do that, but it's certain way he does that.
I know.
Woo woo! That kind of woo woo.
Yeah,
I
I need
thought-
work. I need work. I noticed that.
That needs work on that.
I thought I did okay.
Yeah.
with
Maybe you can be my coach, Uncle.
Yeah. Okay. By the way,
Go ahead.
The falling on the face thing is kind of tough to pull off too. Ric Flair would always do that. He'd like get hurt, right? And then his thing was he'd just fall straight down on his face.
did you ever see it actually live?
Oh, wrestling?
No. I'm asking
Nature
him,
Boy?
Nature Boy. Did you
No.
ever seen it actually live?
No, but I do have a friend who used to do the local stuff with the barbed wire around 2x4s and chairs and stuff like that.
I
And,
went to one live, and man, you talk about having to watch that. It really is dumbfly. I mean, he goes down, plop, and it's spitting out. It's like spit, but actually isn't spit.
Yeah.
If you can believe that.
So
or
I
not.
think Uncle Nature Boy's saying that his friend was into backyard wrestling. Is that right, or is it
Back-
something more than that, Nature Boy?
no, it was a little bit. It was the kind of the next level up. It was local, regional, but it was that same style. And the weirdest thing is he was missing a tooth in front, right? And he was tough as nails. But he was the nicest guy you ever met in your life. I mean, smiles, how you doing, big hugs. How you doing, Tim? Oh, I'm doing great today. It's a beautiful day on the water.
Oh,
See, he live on a boat or something?
live on. It sounds like it.
He
Live on
used
the
to
boat?
work at an aquatic center on a lake up. That's where I met him. He was a boat driver up there and did all sorts of things. Scuba diving, if it involved water, killing rattlesnakes, things like that. He was the man. Yeah.
Interesting. That's
You know,
cool.
I'm curious, Uncle. You've seen some live wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me two things. One, who is the most famous wrestler you ever saw? And two, who's the most famous wrestler you ever met?
Oh, wait a minute. There was somebody I met actually live. Shook his hand.
Really?
Yes. I
Was
can
it
come to think of it.
WWF? Was it WWF
No,
in the
no.
heyday, or was it a different league or something?
No, it was WW something. Was it
was
Ric Flair? It
he
was
met
one.
Ric Flair?
It was one of them, real live, shook his hand as he was talking to me. I think it was one of them. I'm not sure.
Was this like 1980s? Do you remember? Like what
Way
year it
before I
would've been?
met you. Oh,
Would it be-
seen Melissa.
would be 90s, 80s, 90s?
Maybe in. I'd say in the 80s somewhere. I
Okay.
mean, we went one day.
See what?
I'll
Now,
tell
where
we
did you
went
go?
One day,
Where did you go
and
to see
we-
it?
and we.
Yeah. Where was it, Uncle? Where was the actual match? Like, what city was it in?
It was actually interviewing. It was an interview kind of thing.
Oh, like
You
where
were
they were
at
making
an
an
interview?
appearance. Probably, they used to make a lot of appearances in public where they would sign stuff and you could meet them.
Right.
Meet and greets.
Right. It was.
Yeah.
It was one of them. It was one of them.
Yeah.
It
See,
was one of them.
the reason why I know
And-
this is because I lived, as a kid near Asbury Park. So, of course, you remember, Uncle, you lived in that area too, New York, right?
Somewhere. Yeah.
So you
somewhere
remember,
in that area.
remember when they used to come to
Yeah.
Convention Hall? That was like in my backyard. So
Right.
those guys would come through, and sometimes either before or after matches or at stores or whatever, they would come and sign
It's
stuff, right?
That's exactly
Right.
what I met him. Something
That's what
like
happened.
that. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I met him somewhere like that. Like
Okay.
you mentioned it, Chuck.
So who was the coolest
Uh,
guy you saw wrestle though? I mean, you met a really famous one. You're not sure exactly which one at an event where you get to meet and greet him, but who was the most famous
Right.
guy you saw wrestle in person?
Oh.
Biggest one, your opinion, the one that was like big in your mind.
Right, the Snake.
Jake
So
the
Jake
Snake.
the Snake.
Jake the
Nice.
Snake.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We did. I think he was called Peace. His name was Peace. He had a
Peace.
girl with him.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of them do.
I'm
a lot of them have the female
trying to think of the
companion.
In the 80s, Macho Man, it could have been Dusty Rhodes. It could have been, let's see, who else had female managers? Elizabeth was the big thing. You could have ran
Yeah.
into Hulk Hogan at one point with Elizabeth.
not
Yeah.
him.
Not that.
It was
Okay.
with the cross. He had a cross on him.
He wore a cross, like
Wore
a
cross.
like a chain with a cross on it. Like
Yeah.
Brother
a
Love?
pendant.
No.
No, it wasn't
Not
Brother
Brother
Love.
Love.
Okay.
Um.
Wasn't The Undertaker, was it? I mean, big.
No. It wasn't Undertaker.
Okay.
Like Razor Ramon. I feel like I remember him having a
No, it
cross.
wasn't him.
Oh, yeah. Well, that guy was actually from New Jersey, too.
He had long hair. I do remember.
Okay.
Real tall.
Real tall.
Yeah, and he had, and he was with a girl.
Wasn't like Sid Vicious. He had long hair.
Oh, there's another
Bret
guy with
Hart
long
wasn't
hair.
tall, but he had long hair. Who else? A lot of them
Now
had
I'm-
long
now
hair.
I'm,
actually.
I'm lost now.
Oh, another tall
well-
guy could be Big John Studd. Could be another tall guy from the 80s.
Yeah, someone in there.
Yeah, he was like 6'6", Big John Studd.
Wasn't his name. That wasn't.
This.
Well, I once,
Well,
But he was always on the. He was always on the wrestling note
okay.
every Friday night.
So he was on TV. He was on national TV.
He was on national TV,
Okay,
but
Yeah.
I can't remember his name
Okay.
at this
Well,
moment.
Look,
There's some-
fair enough. I'll ask you if you remember the
I mean-
biggest guy I ever actually, shook hands with, which was Andre the Giant, and
Oh, yeah.
7'4", huge. His hand was gigantic. Big guy. Most famous guy I ever sat down to really meet with, and I saw Andre wrestle, but the most famous guy I ever sat down to meet with, I've told this several times on the show, is Bam Bam Bigelow, because he was from my
yeah, I heard
hometown.
about him.
Him and I graduated the same high school, but his name was Scott, and he was a little older than me, and a very cool guy. I used to drink beer with that guy at a local bar right next to the Stone Pony. But no, it's a true story. But Andre would be the biggest guy in several ways that I ever saw in person. And I actually touched him, and his hand was just this inhuman-sized mitt. You have no idea. It was just gigantic. Kind of thing
You
where
talking
you
about
could
Bam
imagine.
Bam Bigelow, Chuck?
No. I'm saying Andre. His hand
Andre
was
the
so
Giant.
large.
Oh, okay.
Andre
Yeah,
the Giant,
yeah.
he's thinking.
Bam Bam
Yeah,
was
oh,
huge,
yes.
though. Make no mistake, Bam Bam was a big guy. But his brother was actually larger than him. But Bam Bam was a huge guy. Again, another like 6'4", kind of 350-pound dude. But Andre was like 500 pounds, 7'4". I mean, literally had gigantism. So
Yes.
his hands were this huge, meaty. I mean, like his fingers could be thick as some skinny dude's arms. You know what I mean? Like real beefy hand. But no, Bam Bam was the biggest guy I ever like hung out with. But I was just curious. I would love to figure out who this long-haired wrestler Uncle Met was, because did he have light hair or
I
dark
have to
hair?
Think of his name.
Ravishing Rick Rude.
That could be
No.
another
He had
guy.
long hair.
Not
Dark
him.
hair or light hair?
Nice.
Uncle?
Nice and thin. He's thin guy.
Thin
I
dude.
do remember.
Okay.
This wasn't Jake the Snake, wasn't it? Because that describes him. He's tall, he's thin, he has long hair.
No, it wasn't him. But
Okay.
it's almost like him, though. But it wasn't him.
Brutus
Can't
Beefcake?
think of- I'm
It wasn't Triple H or anybody from that era, like, because he kind of
wait.
Hunter Hearst
Hold,
Helmsley.
you hold up there. So I
Is that
think
it?
you might have something there.
Okay.
Okay.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Yes.
That-
It was,
That's who you met?
yes, it was him.
It
that
was.
was him. That was Triple H. Now you don't. Now I remember.
Okay.
It was Triple H. Yes, I remember now. It was Triple
so
H.
that was probably the 90s.
That's the
then.
90s.
That was live in the
yeah.
90s. Triple H live in. That was his name.
Was that when he was doing the Degeneration X thing?
Right.
Right? That
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. Triple H, that was his name. Why can I couldn't think of him?
It's okay. Look, it's a difficult name. I always thought it was silly, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But then when they started calling him Triple H, it was better. And they also called him The Game, which is famously the title of the Motorhead song that was his theme. So that's why I know that stuff.
Yeah, that was Triple H. I do remember now. It was Triple H.
Yeah.
And he was tall. Met him.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
Handshake.
Yeah.
And actually gave a handshake to the man.
Oh. Okay. So
That was wild. That was him.
Okay.
I knew there was some. I just couldn't think of it.
Triple H became and still is part of the business side of
Business
the
side of
WWE these days. He got in. He married into the family.
Right. That's right. He married into
Stephanie McMahon. Right?
McMahon. That's
Isn't
exactly
that his
it.
wife?
That was his wife.
That's-
That was
this
his
is all-
wife. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
That was his wife.
Okay.
And phone call.
Oh, we got another call.
Another caller in.
Should we go to it?
Let's hit this phone, man.
Okay, caller. You're on the air.
on your air. Who are you from? Where you from? And who is this?
This is Jungle Jimmy James.
Jimmy's back
Out of
again.
Guitar Town.
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy's
Yes, sir.
back. No, we're talking about wrestlers tonight. We had a live one. I was.
I heard that.
Oh, you were listening.
Hey, right here,
No,
Uncle. Right here, Uncle. I want you to set your mind at ease. You've already beat Sidekick in the phone call department 2-1. Just so you know.
2-1. Holy moly! You mean you only had one call all night?
Just one.
That's true.
But I beat Chuck too.
Well,
Depending on what he did.
I
don't
don't
know.
think
For
yet. Not
for
yet.
tonight. Not Louis. I meant for tonight.
Not yet. You haven't beat me yet for tonight. I had more
That's
than
what I meant.
two. Yeah, but who knows? You got time. There's still another 20? Almost. 37, 38 minutes left in your show. So
Tied last year.
Plenty of
Tied
time.
last week.
last week you tied me. That's right.
Yeah, no.
And
So,
don't forget Nature Boy's
okay,
still on the
let's
Skype.
get
Just so
these-
you know. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh yes, the Skype guy. We have to talk to him a little bit more.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
So
I'm
what?
just- Mhm.
We just found out who I was talking to. It was the letter H.
Triple H. I've been
Triple
looking at
H.
it since you mentioned it.
Yeah. I had him. I was whistling. I was actually saw him live.
Wow, that must have been an honor shaking the man's hand.
Was at the moment. Boy, oh boy.
He was
Exciting,
huge.
huh?
He was double the size of us two put together.
Stranded 360 in
That-
the chat is saying, I always hated Triple H,
what-
but I guess he gave Uncle a handshake, so he is okay. That's what they're
way.
saying in the chat right now.
Well, he's the only live one I had
Yeah.
seen. So
Well, hey,
what's wrong
yeah.
with these guys in the chat room?
Well, they're saying that he made good by shaking your hand, so now they like Triple H. They were on the fence before, but now it's okay.
Yeah, once they hear from me, then they'll say something. These guys in the chat room.
But
And they
how could you not love a man whose name is Hunter Hearst Hemsley, with the long blonde ponytail coming out in that regal suit, ready to take on his opponent?
So
That
Uncle,
the Wall is a good one too to watch.
yeah,
You
listen,
haven't
we
watched
heard
that.
we heard who you met, who you saw. Let me ask you a big question, two of them, because I got this thought in my head, and I guarantee you and I don't have the same answer. Who was your favorite wrestler of all time, number one? And who was your favorite tag team of all time? How about that?
The guy in the sky.
Well, wrestling. Come on.
Wrestling way. He was up in the sky. He was up in the rapids.
Oh,
Looking down.
you're talking about Owen Hart when he fell from the thing?
The Blue Blazer. That's
No.
what makes me think of
Not
Chuck, too, but I
him.
think it's somebody else.
Oh.
Not him.
Okay, my mistake.
This wait a minute.
The Eye in the Sky.
Birdman.
This was a guy, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Is that what you're talking about?
No?
That would be
Now I got him guessing now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm having a
I
hard
got
time
him
figuring
guessing.
out. Yeah.
That's a hint for you guys.
Somebody up in the air.
He looked down
He looked down.
at the wrestling matches.
He looked down at the wrestling match. He was a wrestler. This is
Yes, he was a wrestler.
But he would like look from up high and like look down at everybody. Like, and we.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that one, but I'm sure I'd know if I thought of it. If I heard it, I would know who it is. You're really getting the chat going here. They're like reminiscing about the.
Are they on the thing too?
Yeah.
I got them thinking too.
Yeah, everybody's thinking now, trying to figure.
Wrestling.
It's not Hulk Hogan, you don't mean, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Not
Wrong
Hulk
man.
Hogan.
Okay.
I can't think of what you mean.
Am I getting warmer when I say Hulk Hogan?
No,
No,
not quite.
Okay. So it's not that he's looking down because he's the biggest, is it?
No,
Okay.
Was he up literally in the rafters? Is that what was going
he
on?
was up in the rafters,
That's a-
but he has wrestled in the ring. The old popular. I can't think of his name now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm having problems.
Well,
with
the guy
names
that's your
myself.
favorite, you got to know the name of your favorite wrestler. I mean, you're not talking about like when the Undertaker came down from the top of the dome. I think he did it too, right?
Yeah, I think that they had a few guys do that,
Yeah.
and then there's Mankind. They wrestled up on top of the cage. Him and Undertaker. Creative Accents is saying guy in rafters is the Fart Man, whatever that means.
Well, Fart Man
Fart
wasn't a
Man.
wrestler. That's Howard Stern's superhero
That
jackass
superhero
character.
stuff.
Yeah.
That isn't new.
I saw him do that before. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Sting? Is it Sting?
Sting.
That's
Sting.
Hit
Oh,
on the hit, sidekick.
That was Creative Accidents in the
creative
chat.
accidents, of course, got it.
Sting. That's my boy, Sting.
Sting. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
I had to think of a name. That's
Got
my
it.
name.
Got it. Yeah,
That
we
was
remember
my
him.
boy, Sting.
my
Okay.
favorite single wrestler is Undertaker, but who is your favorite tag team? Because that's different now. Who's your favorite tag team? Did you have one?
Oh yeah, those funny guys.
Funny guys.
Two little funny guys.
Is it the Bushwhackers?
Yes.
Yeah, the Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers.
Pulled us up. Actually took it and ate one of the thing. It was the Bushwhackers.
Oh yeah, eating taken from George the Animal Steel, eating the turnbuckle and
Right.
Yeah, they did all that.
I like that was my favorite one. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I bet you didn't know I knew
Well,
so much about wrestling history, Aaron.
Yeah, no, you got quite a bit there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who
Yeah.
my favorite
Where's-
tag team was? Underrated in my estimation. Demolition.
Oh, Demolition. Yeah.
Yep. Axe and Smash. They were just they weren't even really wrestlers the way they did stuff. It was great. Biker boots. They come in with the black masks on, almost like at a Road Warrior, except, yeah.
The
wild.
thing about those Bushwhackers got my attention every Friday night was here they are in the middle of the ring, started eating the ring.
Right.
How does these guys eat the ring, eat the ball, ping,
That was
ball, and he come in
that was their gimmick. They
See,
did
for
gross
me
out
though, that
stuff
wasn't
and
even a
all.
good trick because I saw George the Animal Steel do that in the '70s already, right? Back on Channel 9, Blurry Vision Channel 9, with the coat hanger sitting there watching George the Animal Steel, and they told me he had a green tongue, but I had a black and white TV, and he would eat the turnbuckle, right? Remember that?
That
was great stuff.
Yeah, they definitely were paying homage to him, bare minimum.
Oh,
if
at least.
Not just. Yeah, it might have been worse, but yeah.
Oh, who was your favorite one then? So I get
Tag team? Well, I kind of have to say the Nasty Boys because I remember they were from Allentown, Pennsylvania. That always popped out to me. And they wore those gaudy colors from like late 80s, early 90s, perhaps.
Oh, I know who your favorite
Ridiculous,
wrestler is.
Oh,
I know.
my. No, well,
I know who it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I should have said back, but I
there's-
remember now.
There's a few of them, but yeah, I am partial. I gotta say, it's almost cliche, but I'm partial to the Ultimate Warrior just because.
Yeah,
of
Warrior. That's who I was
Ultimate
thinking it was.
Warrior.
partial.
Exactly.
Gotta say.
I would say it was hit because when he sang that song comes out
Yeah.
in the front,
Yeah.
he is gone. He went crazy.
Yeah.
Sidekick goes crazy when he hears his norm. Yeah, that was him.
The song, the energy, the running in there. Also, I enjoy his interviews where some people describe him as being incoherent and just babbling and not making any sense. But I'm crazy enough to think that they actually make sense, the things that he's saying in those interviews. And I like the character and the face paint, just the look. It's I don't know. It's just iconic 1980s goofy wrestling.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good. It's fun.
Remember the passing of the guard from Hulk Hogan to him in the big WrestleMania or whatever it was challenge where he goes away with both belts and the Ultimate Warrior beats him, and it was kind of like they did a whole that you just brought it back to my memory because of the backstage thing. In the darkness, I see the warrior.
Yeah. That's his voice.
That's what he did.
That's his voice. That was his voice.
They're coming through the walls because he had a warrior mask painted on the wall behind him. They're bleeding through the walls. I was like.
Yeah, then he'd start yelling. He'd do that growling, and then he'd start yelling. He'd be like, "Oh, good. You will be the Warriors." He'd like go from one thing to the other. He'd just start yelling, and then he'd start grumbling, and it was always fun.
It was like somebody they cut out of Conan the Barbarian. I mean, really, seriously, like this dude's just over the top, so we got to cut him out of the Conan thing. But there he is, or Beastmaster, even that movie. There's a deep cut. Anyways, okay, I'm sorry. You were talking to Nature Boy, but I wanted to find out who Uncle's favorite wrestlers were. And we now know the Bushwhackers as a team.
Yeah.
And then Sting. And I got to respect the Sting thing. That is something.
He does it in so vicious ways. His head and his mind goes right together when he starts a wrestling. He knows how to put it together.
Yeah. Best of both worlds, as they say.
Yeah.
Going on with Sting. Yeah,
That's
he's a
what
classic,
Sting.
no doubt about it. He changed looks over time, too. He started, he had like a buzz cut blonde hair initially, and he had face paint somewhat like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And then he evolved into that goth look,
Crow figure.
almost black metal like face paint thing. That's pretty cool.
and the baseball bat, you know.
Yeah, the baseball bat. Yeah.
Baseball bat. I'm throwing a bat at him. All right. You want a piece of me? Started walking in the thing. He started with the bat.
Yeah.
Hey, come in here. Bang. I said, what's this? I better be a baseball game going on or a bat in the head.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you were talking to Nature Boy. I interrupted with your favorite wrestlers. So what was it we were talking about with you, Nature Boy?
I kind of forgot because I was enjoying the conversation y'all were having, to be honest.
He got nostalgic for the wrestling.
I just like to hear Uncle. I love your voice, man. You got the coolest accent, my friend.
I send you one of my, you won't have one of my shirts, do you?
Oh, God.
You have got some work to do.
Yeah.
Sidekick?
Yeah.
Got
Available
no
at
work to
theageoftransitions.com.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give these shirts out.
I know.
I do
nobody's
want to
done.
get one.
I do know
you
Nature
do.
Boy has an Ocelli shirt already.
He does?
Yes, he
Yes, I
does.
I don't have
Fantastic. You
Right,
don't?
Yeah.
one. No, I
Aaron.
don't have one of his.
Yep.
And
I remember that order. Yep.
And I also know
Uncle?
Nature Boy has a Revolve Man's Scientific Rise to Godhood, and he certainly has been a supporter of the Ocelli.com universe of radio hosts. So just letting you know that's something there.
But, Uncle, I want you to know I have your stickers on every one of my kitchen cabinets. I dig it. It's just every time I open one of those things up, I see your big shining face.
It's the round ones, right?
It's
Uncle the podcast, where you're up there just smiling away.
Did you
Was
get
it
the
this
white
one?
ones or the shiny ones?
That's what I was
Shiny
asking.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, he got
Shiny
the ones.
ones.
Okay, you got the shiny
ones.
ones.
Yeah, that's the shiny ones.
We do still have those. Yeah. The chrome and white ones, which are actually featured for people watching the live stream. They can see it on the side of Uncle's headset. He's wearing one.
Yeah, I've got one on my side of my new one.
We have them. If you want one, send us an email. We might be able to send you one. But we have a call, Uncle. Another
On
one.
the call, let's get that caller on the line. So, I have to get these callers.
Hello?
Hello, who's this on the line now?
Hey, Uncle, this is Ed, and you're talking wrestling, man. I got to check in on this about favorite wrestlers. I got
Where you
favorite
been
wrestlers,
last
favorite
week?
tag team.
Where you been
Man,
last
I've
week?
Been,
All
I
over
was
the place.
snowed in, man. I was in a snow apocalypse here, brother.
Eddie
But
was
the
working.
snowman.
Eddie was working and taking care of the great squirrels out there. Did you get that
The
squirrel
squirrels.
picture I sent you, by the way?
Skull scraping.
I did. Thank you. Did you get the Lemmy one I sent you?
I sure did. Priceless.
Hey,
Thank
where's
Thank you.
that letter you had? Bring that letter up.
Anyway, you were
All
saying
terrorists.
so you were saying you have a favorite tag team, Eddie.
Oh, absolutely. My tag team will destroy all the others. That would be Dirty Dick Murdoch and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, when they were heels in the 70s.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Wow, I didn't remember that one.
And
Yeah.
Before
Who's
Dick
your favorite
Murdoch.
wrestler?
all time,
Now that's before Dick Murdoch
Favorite
matched
single
up with
wrestler?
Adrian Adonis, right? That's previous to the Adrian
Yeah.
Adonis team when he was with Dusty Rhodes. Very cool. So you go on. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah. I didn't know Adrian Adonis, but I lived a year in Minnesota, and this is when it was all regional. And that's when I got to see Dusty Rhodes and Dick Murdoch back then in like 72. They were tough guys, man. They were dirty. They were just fun, man.
You ever notice in the 70s everybody had the same white foreign object that they would jam in people's eyes and throats? Like they kept reusing the same white
brass
piece of
nuts
plastic
were like
and
white tape on something, and
Yeah.
everything was like something wrapped in a white tape.
I always love that. It's like, look at this, Mr. Fuji has a foreign object. You wait a little while, and then Blackjack Mulligan has one too, and it's
Salt
the
in
same
the eyes,
one.
man.
Oh well, I saw Mr. Fuji and Saito do that, where he threw the salt in the guy's eyes. That was real salt, by the way. That ended up flying on
I
us
don't
there.
doubt it, man.
Yeah, that was real salt. Because I picked it up in Asbury Park right off the floor. Anyway, you were going to say you have a great one for your single wrestler, though, or right?
Oh, the greatest single wrestler clearly is classy Freddie Blassie. Freddie Blassie, he
Where'd that one
predates all
come
of these
from?
guys because I only got to see him a little while when I lived in the Los Angeles area in the 60s.
Tell you the
small
truth,
child.
Uncle,
never
no.
heard
He
of-
was the
Um,
star at the Olympic.
Yeah.
What was it? The Olympic Auditorium in L.A.
Uncle,
Hey,
you
Eddie,
you
you got
He
me
wrestled
on
in
that.
Florida, too.
no, Uncle, you remember
got
this
me
guy?
on that one.
No way, Uncle, you remember this guy. I'm going to help you with one thing right here, and you're going to know exactly who he's talking about. Ready? You pencil neck geek. That guy, Classy Freddie Blassie. He becomes a manager later.
That sound familiar? Pencil Neck Geek. You know that guy, Uncle?
He had a
I feel like
song, Pencil Neck
Yeah.
Geeks. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
man.
was a pencil neck geek.
And
I
know I'm
remember the
doing it.
name.
Yeah.
I remember that, but I can't put the face to him. That's the
A
problem.
while back, Uncle, I did a little research, and I thought you might know of him, but I don't know when you were in Florida. But I guess before
20
he went
years.
out to L.A., he was in the he did wrestle in Florida for a while before he went and made a big name in L.A. I did read that about it, and he'd made a film. What was that? What, My Dinner with Blassie or whatever? Who was that? Andy Kaufman did that. Who did that movie where he sits down in a diner and talks to Freddie Blassie the whole movie?
Oh,
You guys got to look that up. That's fabulous.
that's a deep cut. And he also
Is this
participated
guy?
in some of those first wrestling movies that Hollywood
Boy,
put out too. Yeah,
I've got thrown out of proportion. Been on since I've been wanting to saw that first live action wrestler. I've lost the control of his.
Yeah, so you're not
Believe me.
sure who that is. You have no idea then. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
that's what I'm.
Well,
He's kind of an older guy, man. He wasn't around in the '90s WWE. You know, when it went national and all. He was kind of retired by then.
That's
A lot of
probably
people
why.
really got big.
I probably remember him, but
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. That. Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, he was
remember
kind of
the
a
name.
bleach blonde dude. You know,
I'm telling
he
you.
would bite people, man. He'd go in the ring. He was a biter.
If Aaron pulls up a picture
Right
of
the
this
hell out of
guy, I'm sure you'd remember him. If you saw him, Uncle, you'd go, "Oh yeah!" I'm telling you. You would definitely remember this guy.
Classy.
Classy
Maybe
Freddie
I would.
Blassie.
It's face to face. The showing.
I'm telling you, he
one-
shows you the face, you're going to go, oh, I know who that is. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
See, that's my uncle
Oh, yeah, I've
impression.
seen that
There you
guy.
go.
Okay, does this guy look familiar? You see these guys? This guy right here? Does that face look familiar? See that? Uncle's looking at this guy like that.
We'll
This.
checking Blassie out.
Here you
Oh
go.
yes, I see him.
Does that look familiar or no? I don't know. Uncle's looking pretty good. It doesn't look like he's.
I can't believe it.
Oh, I see a picture of him with Andy Kaufman here for what that's worth. So they had met at one
Yeah,
point.
that's the film. Andy Kaufman made a film. You're an Andy Kaufman fan, Aaron. You should see that. My Dinner with Blassie or something like that. At the Diner with Blassie. Or My
He
Dinner-
looked
Yeah, it was a play on My
old.
Dinner with Andre. That film.
And-
My
and,
Dinner with Blassie, I think.
Yeah, if
Interesting.
somebody
Great film
wants
if you can
to,
find it.
if somebody
Yeah.
wants to send me and Aaron the MP3, the MP3 of the song Pencil Neck Geek, I will put it on Short Attention Span DJ Theater. And Aaron, I'm sure you would love to play it for Uncle. He should remember it was kind of like a hit when they started doing WWF music, if you remember, with Rick Derringer and all that stuff. This is before
Yeah,
they got
Rick
smart
Flair.
and just
I know.
adopted the game by
But Aaron,
Motorhead.
you gotta up your nerd cred, man, and get My Dinner with Blassie with Kaufman, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta see that.
Probably only available on VHS and digital downloads somewhere.
Yeah, I would watch that for sure. Yeah.
I
Who's
rented
the
it a long
wrestler
time
that-
ago when they had rental shops.
Who's the-
I could get it.
Hey, Ed, who was the wrestler that beat the crap out of the guy on Taxi?
Oh yeah. The guy on
Oh.
Taxi is Kaufman, and the guy you're talking about, Jerry
Wait a
the
minute,
King
yeah.
Lawler.
Jerry Lawler, Jerry the King Lawler,
Yeah,
exactly.
Andy Kaufman was
Oh, the
always
King
messing with the
Lawyer.
wrestlers,
Oh
man.
yes, I remember him.
Yeah, they
Andy King Lawyer. He always wore a cap on his head.
yeah, he had the crown.
I'm the king.
Yeah.
I'm the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, those come to the. Yeah. He's like the Burger King man. I say, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's
Andy
the
Kaufman
Burger King
went
man.
On
Jer-
Back on the air.
Jerry the
Kaufman
King.
went on the Late Show with
Yep.
with what's his name?
Letterman.
Letterman.
I can't say the dude's name. David Letterman, and
Letterman.
maybe that was the wrestler, and he just slapped Kaufman hard.
Yeah.
It had
Oh,
to
yeah.
be something he set up, but he slapped him out of his chair.
No, and he really did hit him. First
Say,
of all,
you guys are fake. Wrestling's fake, and the dude just got up and slapped Andy, slapped him right out of the chair.
Well, see it
interesting,
live one time and you'll see it.
interesting historical note. Once
Yeah.
on a WWE live broadcast, Jerry the King Lawler, as an announcer, literally had a heart attack while the show was going on.
Oh wow!
Yeah, as an announcer years
Oh,
later.
man.
hmm
Oh, yes.
I didn't know about that.
It's the
yeah.
truth. Look it
Yeah.
up. I'm telling you.
I got a question for you all.
Sure.
Since we're into wrestling, who's your female favorite wrestlers?
Okay.
Since we're in the thing.
That's
Oh,
getting
boy.
good.
How would you like? That's a good one to guess.
That is a good one. That is a very good one. Mine is a very classic tie. I have a tie for my two favorites. The Fabulous Moolah, first of all. And unfortunately and strangely managed temporarily by Cyndi Lauper, another wrestler named Wendy Richter. Yeah. Those two working together and as opponents of one another. This is where Lou Albano gets involved in Cyndi Lauper videos, and then they bring Cyndi Lauper into the WWF. And Lou Albano has the Fabulous Moolah as his champion, and Wendy Richter,
Oh, yes, me.
yeah, was dressed up like Cyndi Lauper, and Cyndi Lauper was her manager temporarily. Those are my two favorites right there, and tied for. I always love the heels, first of all, but secondly, tied for my favorite female wrestlers. But maybe other people got other answers. What about Nature Boy? Do you got a favorite female
Oh,
wrestler?
yeah, Nature Boy. Do you have a favorite female wrestler?
No, I think they're all hot. It's hard to choose.
Nice. Well,
My
except,
big problem.
hey, wait a minute. You're saying that China is hot too? Remember the giant
Yeah,
woman
she could twist me
China?
up like a pretzel, and I'd have a smile from ear to ear if she did.
Well, you should probably go look up something, either the classic or the reboot of something called Glow, which is the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, separate from the WWE, who literally had a psychotic character named Dementia. in the wrestling ranks. And I got to tell you, back in the 80s, they definitely were way hotter than anything the WWF had. Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, no kidding. Yeah.
I'll have to look at that. I was just trying to find the song Pencil Neck Geek. I found the video. I sent it to you.
Well, if you can make an MP3 for me, because I don't have a transfer of it, I will play it on Short Attention Span DJ Theater. And if you could, send a copy to Aaron, too. Meanwhile, what about Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Does he have a
How about
favorite
you,
female
Ed?
wrestler?
You know what? I'm not familiar enough with the lady wrestlers to really have a favorite. I can't really check in on that one. I'm sorry.
Wow, look at
You
this.
don't have a ladies wrestler?
Two guys with no lady
back
wrestler.
in the day, Uncle, when I was watching wrestling, the lady wrestlers weren't hot like the ones you're talking about.
And what were they?
It was hard to pick a
Well,
pick one.
wait a
They
minute
were
now.
that looking bad?
Wait a minute now, Ed. I beg to
Yeah,
differ
everybody
because,
comes up with the conclusion for ladies wrestlers.
first of
At
all,
least men do.
Yeah, I
Well,
know, man.
I mean, the
well,
men.
first of all, I
You
thought
know what I
Wendy
mean.
Richter was hot, but
Hey,
secondly,
how about this?
Leilani Kai was around
my
at that
favorite
time.
roller derby guy was a big black guy named Big Johnny Johnson. He played with the T-Birds in L.A. He skated with the T-Birds. Big Johnny Johnson in the 60s. In the roller derby world, but yeah, I don't have a favorite lady wrestler.
But
I can't get in on that one. I wish I did.
The women back in the early days, or in the days where you were watching it, because in '72 you're watching it and I was just born. But you know, the women there were sort of a side attraction, like they used to do the what they called and midget wrestling too. There were midget wrestlers.
Right, I was going to bring that up.
Yep.
I almost was going to mention midget wrestling. They'd have a match, one match maybe, midgets, you know, two.
Yeah,
and a women's match, and then all the men.
Well, either they would do that, or they would put like 5 midgets against Andre the Giant and stuff like that. And
in a pay-per-view.
They
Tell you
did.
something.
They did stuff like that. I'm
A
serious.
pay-per-view, they did have those.
Yeah.
That you guys are mentioning.
Yeah.
They did have those in a pay-per-view, though.
Hey, one other thing though, Uncle Jimmy James might have a favorite female wrestler, because you know we didn't get to
Jackie
his.
James.
What about you?
What are you in a female wrestler? Jimmy James? Let's see what he says.
You know, I can't. I don't know their names, but I was put into the ring with them, and they beat the crap out of me. I was in Oahu. Whoever they were, they're my favorite.
Hey, and you smile all the way, right, Jimmy James?
Yeah, that's it.
You actually got in a ring with them?
They had, what do you call it? It wasn't mud, it was slime. It was slime wrestling.
Oh, oily stuff wrestling. Oil
slime
wrestling.
Okay.
That's
You had to have old clothes on.
That's
before you get in there.
No.
Like 3 or 4 of these chicks just beat the ever-living hell out of me.
That's like strip club stuff right there. But now the ladies are
That
going to
sounds
oil
like
wrestler,
strip club.
and if you
That's
tip
strip
high
club.
enough, you can get in with them. And
Hey, yeah. Said strip club defined beat the hell out of me.
well,
Sorry, just came to my mind.
hold on now. Anyways, just saying. Okay, so now we've gone into strip clubs and wrestling, but let's stick with the wrestling, right, Uncle?
Hey, I
How
did
do we
see
get
somebody
into
did a
this?
hot oil wrestling match at a bar once, guys.
See,
I
here we
can't
go.
tell you their names.
What?
Hot oil wrestling at a sleazy bar, you know, that was those chicks were hot.
Like the famous scene with John Candy in the movie Stripes, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
that's
the
right.
striped one. I remember that one. Yes, that one.
That's right.
I remember.
Was he
that.
called Moose in that? Was that his character's name? And they were mud wrestling. I feel like that's
Man, I can't remember, but they all decide to go out and they're going to get drunk, and he ends up in there, and the big scene that you probably couldn't make today. He steals the tops off of the girls.
Oh yeah.
And they get all mad at him, you know. Today it would be, oh, he assaulted her. It's a comedy. Calm down. But, you know, just saying. Exactly. Anyway,
I
we're
remember that movie.
we're having a good time
Do
here,
they
but
have bars that even put on hot oil wrestling anymore and that kind of thing? I don't think they even do that anymore, do they?
I don't know, but I will tell you, in the pandemic, they invented a little something with the hand sanitizer, where you can pay for like a couple of minutes of, like, I don't know, sanitizing each other, This was actually something that happened in Atlanta. Well, I forget what they called it, but it was sort of like a, I don't know, like instead of a hand sanitizer lap dance kind of. I don't say I understand it or
the
recommend
hot oil
it.
show I saw, they auctioned off to people in the audience. You got to be one of the girls' managers, and you got to rub them down with oil before they wrestled.
Oh well, there you have it.
That was the gimmick there.
Holy moly!
But in Atlanta, they did the hand sanitizer thing. I don't know what to say about that, but it just yeah, because of the COVID and everybody was going crazy with hand sanitizer, you know. And so
they actually had that and COVID time.
Yeah,
it was COVID.
Yeah, the advertisement said something like, you know, yes, she's wearing a mask, but not much else. And that was it in Atlanta.
Before that, man, this was just like Wesson oil, and you got to
take it easy, Eddie boy.
Oh, I know.
Take it easy.
But again, you're talking about a different era, old man. When I could go to the movies for a nickel. You know, so can't get away with that no more, Eddie.
This is on the 8th. Photo finish, yeah.
And of course, they couldn't help it because when they get the wrestling in those bikinis, you know, sometimes they get pulled down and stuff. It was terrible.
Well, everything's slippery.
It was just a terrible show.
Gives a whole new, a definition to wardrobe malfunction and nip slip. Anyway, you got about 10 minutes left, guys, just so you know.
Ooh, 10 minutes left.
10 minutes, okay. Very exciting, all right.
I'm already beating you. That's fine now.
You beat me, Uncle.
Yeah.
I didn't make it.
Wing.
You got 3. You got 3 so far, Uncle. Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad. Good showing tonight. Good
not bad. I think it's a little slow tonight.
It actually,
I can understand.
Just so you know, Uncle, it ties you with me. And then I'm just going to be quiet and let you do whatever it is you want to do. But you're tied with me for the night. If somebody wants to break the tie, they can still get in and call in 319-527-5016. 319-527-5016, or message me, Charles.Ocelli, on Skype. And as per usual, if Creative Accidents calls in, he counts as 2 callers. So there you go.
All right, Crazy Accidents, where you at?
Come on, CA. Come on, man. Now's the time.
He's in the chat room.
Yeah, why didn't you get on that phone?
He's in the Twitch chat.
I never hear his voice, though. I never can hear his voice.
Oh, yeah.
If it counts as 2, I mean, but I never could hear it.
Yeah, it's an interesting voice. Yeah.
If you have a tough time with English, I work with 2 Russian girls. I can help translate, CA, so call in, man. I'll help out.
Oh, yeah, you do?
Oh. His English is impeccable these days.
Oh, wait, let's see. Give it to Ed now. You know. Hello, what? Yeah. So what?
So yeah, one of these days perhaps, but yeah, he's always the most prolific chatter for sure. So he's there in Twitch right now. He's saying, "Ha ha ha."
Oh, we got a phone call here.
This caller is on Skype.
On Skype, who on this line?
Skype caller. All right, excited.
Hello.
Who we got?
Sound like a lady.
Caller, you are on the air.
You're on the
podcast. You're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Ray from Down Under, guys.
All right, Down Under boy.
All right.
Hey, you told me, and I won the team tonight. I appreciate you, Down Under boy. You made the phone call. That counted.
I had
to get you over the line.
The great Ray from Down Under.
So what's been happening then Down Under? These couple of days.
A bit of heat wave at the moment.
Heat? You guys are hot up there?
It's hot.
It's summer there now, Uncle.
Yeah, but it was crazy. Kind of people had to get cooled down and jump in the swimming pool, something. Right?
Crikey, they're cooking kangaroos on the road out there, Uncle.
Kangaroo.
There's my bad attempt at the Australian accent, Ray. My apologies.
Australian. That's you? You can't talk that there, Ed. I mean, Chuck. Gotta need practice.
Yeah, I know.
So,
have you been in the pool, Ray? Have you made it to a pool?
Have you been in the pool?
No. But I just wear my shirt and stand in the breeze.
Not bad.
Well, There's one of these another Friday night things again.
So there you go.
We are
This is
flying
Friday night.
up on these things. People went crazy on my new Revolution thing.
It went well.
Went pretty
It went
well.
very well.
It
Thank
did.
you, everybody, for being a part of that. A lot
Yeah.
of people who are here tonight were
Yeah.
part of it then.
They were.
And many others. And
There's these whistlers I'm looking at.
yeah, we've been doing good. I wanted to say a special thank you, especially to, was it your nephew, Ray? That
Oh, yeah.
he called in to the show, but he's also, I noticed, on our Twitch channel, he's been making little clips of the Uncle the Podcast show and posting those clips, and those are
Yes.
posted to the Uncle's Twitch. So
Nice.
so thank you for that. That was
thank
really
you for
cool.
that.
I saw that.
Hey, he did that on his own.
Yeah, that was
I know.
awesome.
That one. So yeah, I'll thank him for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Not-
cool.
He's probably down the pools.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was excited to see that. He and somebody else had done that. I'm like, oh, cool. We're getting some pretty good Twitch engagement there. So that was exciting.
See, Uncle just puts out the show, and other people will do the editing work for him. I mean, that's the easy life right there, Uncle.
Well, I know. Like I said, though, I do the show. I'm the main person, and I give it to my customers
I know.
to listen. I mean, heck, I like to listen to your show, Chuck, or sidekick shows, other people's shows.
Right.
But for myself, I know who I am, you see, and I'd rather give it to my customers.
I got
That's
you.
just how I am.
It's for you customers.
I mean,
That's what the show's all about.
because I know I've got so many, even their new customers. You want to hear Uncle Show? Yeah, give me one. Here's my show, and listen to it. I got loads of them to listen to. That's the first thing I asked them. I ask them that. Well, I'm talking to a fella. If they first listen to, no.
Do you listen to broadcasts?
If they listen to broadcasts, I go right to it.
Question number one.
Question one
It's
is,
important.
can go ahead and listen to what I got a load
You
of
got to know who you're talking to.
it, and you'll see it's me who you'd be talking to
So look,
on my show.
we could run a little bit overtime, but you know what? We didn't
Yeah, we
get to
will.
hear from Ray as to whether he
Okay.
has any favorite wrestler, tag team, or favorite lady wrestler, which
Go
is
ahead,
weird.
And then go ahead.
Ray.
Go ahead.
Favorite wrestler would be
Yeah.
Mankind.
Mankind?
That's a good one. Mankind. Yeah, he's good.
Tag team would be Mankind and Socko.
They're going to Soccer.
Socko.
Who's Soccer?
Socko. Yeah, Mankind and Socko.
Who's Soccer?
It was his sock puppet. Remember, he had a sock, and Mankind was a little crazy. Uncle, remember that?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy.
Mankind and Socko, nice deep cut on that tag team. I don't know if they actually technically wrestled as a tag team, though. Did
well,
they?
you couldn't have one without the other.
Well, that's fair enough. But I mean, it's almost like I don't remember what the clowns were called, but when the Insane Clown Posse went into wrestling, there were two regular clowns, and then they had like a midget clown too, right? One of them was called
Dink and Doink.
Dink and Doink.
That was the
Yeah.
name. That was the name. That's right.
There you
Dink and
go.
Doink.
But technically,
That
I don't
was
know if
their names.
Socko ever was a legal tag team partner. So what would
No,
be
I don't think it was on the.
what would be your pick if you had to pick a legal tag team?
Ooh.
Ooh, see, I threw him a curveball, Uncle.
That's a stump. That's something.
The Rock and Mankind when they tagged up against Triple H, I think it was, and wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That's an odd one there. That's an odd one.
I think maybe that, yeah, because they had matches against each other for sure, and I think they did. They were a tag team at one point. I think I don't
Yeah.
remember clearly.
To get a common enemy, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like when, yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
like when
W.
Hulk Hogan
and
and
W.
My enemy,
Oh,
my friend
W.
type.
yeah.
Got it.
Like
yeah.
when Hulk
That'll
Hogan
be-
and Randy Savage came together and they decided to call themselves the Mega Powers, it was because they wanted to do the tag team thing, like that
It
kind
was
of thing.
the WON. It was what you're thinking of, Chuck.
WON.
Yeah.
The WON.
the WON.
Okay.
Black And they were all in black.
Oh,
That
the
was-
NWO.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
the one you're thinking of.
Oh, I know, but
That
New-
was
the
why
New
I
World
saw
Order,
that.
no
I know,
less.
New World Order.
yeah,
that
you
was
just,
what it was called.
Yeah, you just shuffled the letters a little bit. No, the NWO. Yeah, that was the whole thing. They had different guys coming in.
Yeah.
New World Order. Yep. Okay, now I know what you meant.
Man,
Yeah.
that was crazy. That kind.
Actually,
Boy,
to-
I thought that was going to be like a serious wrestling.
Well,
Serious wrestling was going after people.
They had these
I mean-
little, but they had these little gangs every now and then. Generation X, Degeneration X.
Yep.
I mean, there was this thing, this Jersey contingent. They had a name for it for a little bit. Dallas Page.
Diamond.
And what was it? The guy
That's
that
him. That's him.
Scott.
That was him.
Oh,
Hold it.
is that who it was
Diamond
instead of
Dallas
Triple
Page?
H?
That's who you met?
God,
So it wasn't
God.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley? It was
Now you
Diamond
got
Dallas
me, boy.
Page.
Okay.
That was the one.
Oh,
No,
GTP, yeah.
JDP, Don't Diamond Page. Yes. Now I'm remembering now.
Okay.
Chuck, you just hit it on the head.
All right.
Well, I
The
know my New
name
Jersey
that I
wrestlers.
listened to.
I know my Jersey wrestlers. Diamond Dallas Page
Yes,
was from New Jersey.
Diamond
Yeah.
Dallas Page. That's who I.
Glad we cleared that up.
That's who I had to shook hand with.
Okay.
That's the
Got it.
one.
Along
that
with
was
the same-
Dallas Page with the diamond.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It wasn't
I just.
Triple H.
And
No,
he
it wasn't
wrestled-
Triple H. It was that one.
And he
Got it.
wrestled
Dice
with the
diamond because I remember
Yeah.
the diamond.
The hand.
After you said it.
right, and he
Chuck.
wrestled with the guy
You
who
said it, and I
Yep.
said the diamond. That was the one I listened
right, and he wrestled with the guy who at one point was called Razor Ramon, but he had another name that was more common. But he was also from Jersey. Scott.
The Jersey.
He's Scott
to.
something.
That was him.
I
That
can't
was the
remember his
guy.
name.
I couldn't think
Scott
of it,
Baio?
but when I
No,
saw the
not Baio.
diamond,
Remember, he was
that
like,
was because he
"Hey,
did
Chico,
it.
I tell you this, Razor Ramon, he beat everybody." That guy, doing the bad Scarface.
I remember Razor Ramon, yeah.
But his name was Scott. Oh man, he had a name, but he had the greasy hair, and he had a toothpick in his mouth, and anyway, he was part of that.
Yes,
Jersey
I know who you're
contingent.
thinking of.
That, yeah, I
can't
vaguely
think of his
remember the
name.
Scott thing, but yeah, Razor Ramon I remember clearly. Yeah.
Razor
And
Ramon.
longer he was
Yeah,
named,
yeah.
and longer
I
he
know
had his
him.
regular name than Razor Ramon, but Razor Ramon was a different character from his regular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his ghoul was with him. Diamond Dallas was
Diamond Dallas
with
Page, okay.
with his ghoul
Okay.
with him.
I can't remember who that was.
That was the one that who was fighting with the Brutus Wench.
Okay,
Okay.
it was
With
Scott
what's
Hall.
his name?
Scott Hall is the name of Razor Ramon.
Scott Hall.
First of all.
Yes. Yeah.
Second of
That
all, I'm
one,
gonna
Scott Hall.
figure out who that was
That
with
guy.
Diamond Dallas Page. Let me look it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Diamond Page had a girl. Took over. She was with Major Mooch.
I think
And he went to her.
I-
She went to Dodge Dallas Page.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that Diamond Dallas Page is into meditation and yoga these days.
Oh, you know.
I think so. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I think that's what he's up to. Like he does like meditation and yoga.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
some
Dallas
specializes in
Page.
that.
Why
somehow.
can I think of that name?
That guy, that Diamond guy, must have really hated everyone in the Hart Foundation. Then, right? Was that like their enemies, the Diamonds and the Hearts?
That,
Oh, yeah,
that
'cause
would
of,
have
like,
been
the big
funny, but
cards.
no, I don't think so. I don't think that was the deal. They had some other kind of problems there where they might have been the people fighting one of those other gangs. Like I said, they would form these little gangs for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, one that pops out to me is the Nation of Domination, which is what The Rock started as. He was Rocky Maivia, and he was a member of the Nation of Domination.
But actually, the son of, of course, a famous bodybuilder / wrestler was his dad to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson is his dad, who was like built extremely well. I think actually used to win bodybuilding competitions and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I don't know. We're
So much.
We're kind of at the tail end of the show here, so we could bring it home. Do we want to have the callers give shout-outs, Uncle? Should we do that?
Yeah, shout-outs. Whoever want. All callers that were on tonight, have your shout-outs. Let's have the shout-outs.
Okay, so what order do you want to put them in, Uncle, just to keep it clear?
First caller up.
Okay, so from the first one that called in, right? So that begins with Nature Boy.
Nature Boy. Who you want to call for a shout-out to? Oh,
I want to call a shout-out to you, Aaron, all the callers, and especially to Mr. Ocelli for putting this all together. And as always, Ocelli.com. Support Chuck. He puts in a lot of time. And if we all hang together and contribute just a little bit, we can still continue to have amazing shows like we've had tonight. So thank you, gentlemen, for letting me be part of it. I've had a really good time.
Thanks for calling, Nature Boy.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Yeah, really
Nature
appreciate
Boy.
it, man.
Appreciate that.
And the shirt orders and everything. So thank you.
Thank you.
So the next caller would be Jimmy.
Jimmy James. Yep.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
So Jimmy, who you shout out to tonight?
Oh, everyone. Everyone have a good weekend and keep your stick on the ice.
Shout out to the world and keep your stick on the ice. So play straight and don't play dirty, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, sounds right.
Wonderful. Jimmy James, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
So we'll put Jimmy on hold, and then I think that puts us with Eddie next.
Eddie?
Yeah.
You're next?
Yeah, I'm going to shout out to the sun, man, because and the creator of the sun, whoever you would assume that to be, but the sun, because it's moving back south, and we've had a really intense, snowy, crappy winter here. So I'm going to shout out to the sun, and a second shout out. I want to shout out to Nature Boy because I love the variety he's brought to Wednesday night shows, and I think he's doing a super job. And shout out to the Nature Boy too.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Ed. As always, it's great to hear from you, man. So thank you.
Many different contributions from Nature Boy apacross the board. Much appreciated in one way or another. He is helping keep the whole network rolling. So thanks very much, personally and outright. Next up, I guess, and last, actually, is the man from Down Under. And I don't know if he's going to ask us, or make the statement, that's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
And I'm just messing with you, Ray, doing the Crocodile Dundee thing.
I know. Crocodile.
But with all the love I got, Ray, and do appreciate you, supporter of Aaron's show, supporter of Uncle, supporter of the network, brother from, another continent. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Take it away.
I'd like to shout out you, Chuck, for producing the show, Aaron and Uncle for being the show, Nature Boy for, I'm going to second Ed's view on that one. Nature Boy, you're pulling in some awesome people for Wednesday night.
Thank you. It's too kind, amigo.
And who else can I shout out? No, that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Ray. It's great to have you as always, too. So,
can I just ask Ray one quick silly question? Did you ever watch? What do people in Australia think of Quickie Koala?
What's Quickie Koala?
The cartoon. Yeah. Remember, it was a cartoon. He was Quickie Koala.
That's what they think.
It is the only cartoon I've ever seen centered on a koala bear, which apparently are rather sacred symbols to some people in Australia. So I was just curious, what if
Australians
love it, hate it, don't care about it? Sounds like you don't know about it.
But the only koala cartoon I know about is Blinky Bill.
Yes, I know that one.
Okay,
I know that one.
Fair enough. But
yeah, you'll never catch him standing still.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, do you
That's
remember
him.
Quickie Koala?
I remember Blinky Bill, but I don't know Quickie Koala. I don't.
Uncle might remember. You remember the Quickie Koala? And he would disappear and he'd eat eucalyptus leaves. That was his thing. Remember the koala bear?
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
That little thing, he kept on moving around.
yeah, he would blink and
Then
disappear.
it's
He
so
moved so
bad,
fast.
he
Yeah.
went so quick, like Speedy Gonzales.
But faster, because he would just disappear and
But,
reappear
yeah.
somewhere else.
Disappeared after he turned around and he was gone.
All right, well, at least you've seen it. I was
Something like
curious,
that.
and maybe they have no thoughts about it. And I can't ask you about Rocco's Modern Life because I think that was not Australia. Exactly.
No, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
No.
Didn't get it here, though.
You did get it there. Okay, cool enough. Anyway, Ray, anything else you wanted to add, or should we just turn it over to Aaron and Uncle to close out the show?
Yeah, turn it over. Close
There
out the
you
show.
go. Sidekick, set
out
up,
with a bang.
Uncle.
Thank you, turn sidekick.
Well, great to have you here, Ray. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is Uncle the Podcast. We're at Uncle Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you, everybody. I mean, I'm giving a shout out to everybody who's listened and who has supported. Again, big showing here from people who have big support, like buying the shirts and everything. So the books, the shirts, everything like that. So thank you, everybody who has done that. Do you want to give a quick shout out, Uncle?
Shout out. Oh, I like to shout out to Nature Boy. My old friend, Nature Boy friend there. And
Uncle.
I had to give it out to you because I've been yelling for wrestlers, but that's out for him. And
Well done.
Hey, just before you close, Uncle, one last thing.
And Down Under.
Absolutely. One last thing just before you close is that every single person that called in tonight is a supporter of the network, your show, Aaron's show,
My show.
all of it. So lots of thanks from all of us
thank
here for
You're
supporting Uncle, Aaron, myself,
Yeah.
Don Jeffries, Bob Wilson now, everybody here who is at Ocelli.com. We all thank you for all the help that you've given, and it's been a lot of different ways. So I wanted to say thanks, and then Uncle, by all means, do what you want to do with the last of it.
That's same what Chuck said. And have our show gun. There's our show.
See you next time.
See you next time. Boom, boom. Next week.